over the time we've been learning about fractions, and we define fractions as equal parts of a whole. We learned about simplifying fractions, various types of fractions, and today we'll be talking about how to join fractions or how to add fractions. So addition of fractions. You'd have to watch me carefully. Addition of fractions. We start with this example. 1 out of 8 plus 3 out of 8. And graphically, would have something like this. Okay, let me use this color. Right, we'd have something like this. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's make a color band here like this. If you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you should have red, okay, let's make red to take 3 parts. 1, 2, and then 3. What's the fraction of the red shaded portion? 3 out of 8. Okay. If we add, so this is 3 out of 8. And we add green, which is 1. What's the fraction of the green shaded portion? Marilyn. All right, that would be 1 out of 8. Okay, if we should add both the red and then the green, what do we get? Giovanna? We would have 4 out of 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we would have 4 out of 8. Are we following?
Yes.
If you watch this carefully, what else can you call the 4 out of 8 with respect to the whole? Pay attention. What else can you call the 4 out of 8 with respect to the whole? What fraction? That can be 4 out of 4 will be this. 4 out of 4 is 1. Okay. Yes, but how will you call half? Can you see that? Can you see that this place from here to here half and another half, you join it and get the whole thing?
Yes.
So therefore, can we say that 4 out of 8 can be also written as 1 out of 2?
Yes, sir.
Is that okay? And what are these two fractions called?
Equivalent fractions.
Equivalent fractions. Do we get that? All right. So this tells us that. Let's try another example like this. So let's take this as certain fraction of if I shade this part as green, watch here. Hello, watch here. So let's take this as a certain portion of a town. Are we watching? A certain land, a certain portion of your town. And we have these two, the green parts as the vegetation, the leaves and the plants. And we have this part as water bodies. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so what's the fraction? What is the fraction of vegetation? Say one. Mary. So the fraction of vegetation is what? 2 out of
8.
right? Is that okay? And then what's the fraction of water bodies? The blue part.
8.
That's what? All right, 3 out of 8. So that would be 2 out of 8 plus 3 out of 8. Is that okay? So let's add everything. We'd have, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which is 5 out of.
8.
All right, so the fraction of vegetation and water bodies will be what? 5 out of 8. Are we following? Are we following? Okay, so having done this, we can therefore establish a rule that when it comes to adding fractions, what do we add and what do we leave the same? What don't we add? Anybody? Joe. So he said that when we come to adding fractions, we don't add a denominator. Do you all agree to that? Do you agree? Priscilla, please watch here. All right. So it means that when it comes to adding fractions, we don't add the denominators. We add only the numerator. Is that okay? So when adding fractions, so you can write this in your notes. So when adding fractions of the same denominator into bracket, what kind of fractions? It's an L word. All right, like fractions. When adding like fractions, you add what? You add only their numerators. Is that okay?